Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Menor from the Thrift Store Reseller blog, and thank you for checking out another edition of From Thrift Stores to eBay. It's been kind of a crazy week. The last video I made, I don't know if you got a chance to watch that yet, but basically, the last video I made, I had mentioned that there was a hurricane, Hurricane Guillermo, that was set on a collision course with Hawaii, where I live, on the island of Oahu. Kind of scary, but unfortunately, it took a more northerly route than the forecasters expected. So um, the effects on the island were very minimal, right? Which is, awesome. Everybody kind of breathed a sigh of relief as it was passing through. But literally, it was short-lived because as Guillermo was passing through, another hurricane formed right behind it, Hurricane Hilda. So that's starting to come up the island as well, and that's kind of where we're at right now. In the next 2 days, actually, the island of Hawaii was already issued a tropical storm warning, meaning that conditions are going to get worse in the next 48 hours. And according to the recent forecast, that's it looks like the island of Hawaii, the Big Island, is the only one that's going to be affected. So definitely, thoughts and prayers go out to everyone over there. Hope everybody stays safe. Hopefully that thing changes course again and nobody gets affected like the last time. But definitely keep a close eye on that. So that's what's kind of going on in the backdrop of this video. But I'm going to try to set aside all that talk for now because I actually got some great news that I want to share with you in regards to eBay. And yeah, let's just get started. All right, so basically the great news I wanted to share with you is just this past Sunday and Monday on August 9th and 10th, I set a new 2-day eBay sales record totaling $1,039.87. Now, that number is the total PayPal payment that I received, so it does include shipping costs. But still, I mean, to receive over $1,000 worth on 2 days is, to me, that's pretty impressive. The closest I have ever gotten to $1,000 in those 2 days, I think my previous record was somewhere in the 700 or 800. So I knew I was confident that I would eventually reach 1,000. I just never thought it would be so soon. I definitely didn't set out to reach that number this past weekend, but I'm definitely glad at how it turned out. The breakdown was on Sunday, I received $127.47. Monday, I received the rest, and that came out to $912.40 to receive that total. Again, these were from the auction that ended on August 9th and 10th. And that picture right there on the right is basically all the packages after it was all packaged and the postage was printed out, pretty much ready to go to the post office. So again, my strategy for achieving these numbers is pretty simple. I use standard auctions for all my items, and I set them at either $9.99 or $24.99. And after that, I just basically let the auction go and let the buyers take it, let them decide how much it was worth. And not all of them were home runs. Some of them did stay at $9.99, $14.99, $20, but there were some really good ones also. Some I'm going to share with you in the upcoming slides. So super excited with how that turned out. A new record. I finally reached a huge milestone. I mean, breaking $1,000 in 2 days is something that I've always wanted to do, and to finally say I did it is, definitely a huge relief. And I'm super excited to go out and just find even more stuff to resell on eBay. So yeah, just wanted to share that with you. It was great news for me, and I just, super excited. Just wanted to share it with as much people as possible. So that being said, let's get to the first item. All right, one of the items that I sold this week is this pair of vintage Nike Air Jordans. I bought this pair for $6.99, and the winning bid was $44. This isn't one of the most popular Air Jordans, but still, you can't go wrong with too much Air Jordans. Even though most people won't like a certain model, there's still some that like it. Not everybody likes or hates the same thing. I mean, there's a big market for this brand. So once I saw this, I knew it was going to sell for really well. Not as much as I had hoped. I've seen some used pairs for this particular model go for well over $100, but $44, especially when I only paid $7 for it. Really happy with that price. Couldn't ask for a better deal. The next item I want to share with you is this Patagonia winter jacket. I bought this one for $6.99 and I sold it for $45.88. Again, I don't know who's buying these winter jackets here in Hawaii because we certainly don't need them. I don't know why they're buying them and donating them, but I'm certainly glad they're doing it because these jackets are worth a lot of money, especially Patagonia. If you find the right brand and the right style, some of these can go for well over $100, and even some vintage ones that I think I've seen some that approached almost $1,000 for the really old models. So Patagonia, definitely be on the lookout for that brand if you haven't already, and they're always worth a look if you find them at the thrift stores. And the last item I want to share with you is this pair of Nike Air Max running shoes. I bought this one for $8.99 and I sold it for $52.99. There's two things, that's actually three things I think that this item has going for it and why it's sold so well. First, it's Nike. Everybody knows Nike. It's a well-established brand. You don't got to do too much marketing because pretty much everybody knows about it. It's part of the Air Max line that they have, which is one of their most popular brand of running shoes. And lastly is the color. Uh, I don't know if yeah, actually pretty much every brand, the brighter the item, the more it's gonna sell. I'm not sure why that's the case, but if you look across all the running brands, I'm talking about Asics, New Balances, Under Armour, who else? Brooks. The brighter the color, the more it makes the runner stand out. Typically, the higher price you're gonna get for it. And immediately, this pair, this bright pink, stood out immediately. As I looked at the shoe rack at I believe I got this at Savers. It just popped out, and I immediately knew that it was going to be it was going to sell for a good price. And it did. $52.99 for a used pair of Nikes is a great deal. I'll take that any day of the week. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this week's edition of From Thrift Stores to eBay. Again, it was super exciting week. I set that new 2-day record that I just mentioned, and I'm super excited to just go out and find even more great stuff. If you're trying to create, a new record of your own, you can definitely check out more of my finds of the week at thriftstorereseller.com. And if you need more ideas of items to look for, definitely, if you haven't yet, sign up for my free reseller mini course at www.thriftresellingtips.com. Thanks again, guys. I'll talk to you soon.